Hey dog lover, welcome to Wagging Tales Unleashed, where we bring you all things man's best friend. Well, I'm James and this is my co-host Zion, and today we have a serious topic, so the dog father says, listen up. What's that?
You have an offer I can't refuse? Okay, so if you're a good boy, I'll give you lots of treats. Okay, I accept.
All right, so let's dive right in. All right, so we're going to talk about how selective breeding or some overbreeding has ruined many of our dog breeds. Now, I want to preface with saying if you have any of the dogs that are going to be mentioned in this list, the issue is not their temperament. A lot of these dogs, they're lovable. They're in people's like top 10 list of dogs to own, and they have great personalities, they have great temperaments. What we're addressing is the inherent health issues that are being bred into these dogs, and it's decreasing their quality of life. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming it's because you're a dog lover. We love dogs. Why do we love dogs? Because they're just so lovable. They truly are man's best friend. But at the same time, we want our dogs to be happy. We want our dogs to be healthy. If we love them, we want them to have a good quality of life. So it's not just about us having a pet for companionship, but it's us having a companion who's also enjoying life, having a good, healthy life. And unfortunately, some of the breeding that's being done is actually harming and hurting our cute little furry friends that we love so much. If you're getting value from this content, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified when we put out new videos. Now let's get back to the list. Now, the first breeds that I want to talk about are the brachycephalic breeds. Brachycephalic in Latin means short-headed. So these are the dogs that have the shortened noses. First, we're going to talk about why these dogs have short noses. What was the process of and the reason behind breeding them? Well, everyone loves a little puppy dog, right? They're the cutest in the world, and they have really short snouts. So they wanted to kind of recreate that puppy look long into adulthood. So they started to breed these dogs that have shortened snouts. Also, to kind of make them look more like a little baby, they gave them shorter snouts. The problem is many of them have breathing issues as well as many other health issues. So these breeds would include all the different types of bulldogs: English bulldogs, French bulldogs, pugs, Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, boxers, Shih Tzus, Boston Terriers, Mastiffs, and ironically, most of the breeds I just mentioned are in the top 10 of the most popular dogs according to the American Kennel Club, with French Bulldogs being the #1 most popular dog, and they've greatly increased in popularity over the recent years. So there's obviously a big demand for these dogs, and why? These dogs are lovable and they do make great pets. Unfortunately, there's major health issues that they have. So the #1 issue that they have is brachycephalic obstructive airway syndrome. So it's reported that 50% of pugs and French bulldogs, for example, have moderate to significant issues with BOAS. And if you have one of these dogs and you did your research before you got them, you realize that they have trouble breathing when they're exercising. They could get overheated, and especially in very hot and humid climates, they struggle. So these dogs in hot, humid climates are most of the year going to have issues. They need to be indoors. You have to really supervise them when they're outside. And there's also another handful of dogs that are in this category that are in the top 31 list of the American Kennel Club. So the cost of having that cute smushed face is a lot of health issues. Now, there are a lot of breeders, responsible breeders, that are kind of sounding the alarm and saying maybe we shouldn't be breeding these dogs. But unfortunately, because of their great popularity, and that equals money, a lot of breeders are breeding these dogs. It's no different than in the food industry, in the health industry. Oftentimes, unfortunately, in this world, it comes down to money. And if there's a high demand, then people are going to do it. And I am in no way the only one that's talking about this, but I wanted to raise awareness because you might not have even thought about this. I never even thought of this topic until I started studying to be a dog trainer. And then I realized these are problems that we have created. So it's worth talking about, it's worth considering. all of these breeds that are in population right now, we should give them the absolute best life that we can. But we really need to consider the health implications with these dogs if we're going to continue to breed them. So with the brachycephalic breeds, that's not really controversial. I mean, it's well documented, it's well known that these breeds have serious issues, and there's a lot of talk about, all right, is it ethical to continue breeding these dogs? Some of these other breeds are a little more controversial, but something worth talking about. The next dog is the German Shepherd. Now, German Shepherds make great pets. They're good family pets, they're good guard dogs, they're used by the police and the military. They're famous amongst dog lovers. But unfortunately, we started to breed them to change their look. So some of the showline dogs, like the American and the Canadian showline dogs, we've altered how they look, and that's created health issues. So if you look at the back of German Shepherds 150 years ago, 200 years ago, compared to the showline dogs now. Hey girl, I'm working over here. That's our youngest chicken, and you sound like a big girl now. So they've been specifically bred to have these lower sloping backs. It's for whatever reason, it seemed to look better, more streamlined. Unfortunately, now they have a lot of hip issues, hip and elbow issues. They also used to be smaller and more lean. They're bred now to be a little bigger, and there's just some health issues that come along with that. So again, for a certain desired look, this sloped back, we're creating health issues in the hips of these beautiful dogs. Now, another breed that's had health issues bred into them is the Dachshund. Now, the Dachshunds were actually bred to be badger hunters. The name actually means badger dog in German. So in order to be able to fit into the tunnels of badgers, they were bred to have these long, thin bodies with these short legs. So it made them efficient in hunting badgers. I don't know how many people use Dachshunds now for hunting badgers, but now the problem is because of their elongated spine, they have a lot of spine issues. Many of them have IVDD, which is invertebral disc disease. Their long spine just over time just can't support their bodies, and many of them end up needing surgeries or even end up dying because of this. So if you're using them for the function of hunting badgers, I guess it's fine. If not, is this something that we should continue doing? I don't know. You know, I'm just talking about this, just my opinion. Let's really look out for the well-being of the dogs. Even our beloved golden retrievers that are amazing dogs. They're like the benchmark of the family dog. For whatever reason, with the breeding that we've done, 61% of them die from cancer. To quickly mention another breed that was in the first category we discussed, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, another favorite among dog lovers. They make amazing pets. Unfortunately, they have some health issues that are bred into them. Many of them end up having skulls that are too small for their brains, so they end up having a lot of brain issues. 95% of them suffer from this, and 50% of them suffer from this. I'm not a dog breeder, and I don't want to point fingers at anyone, but obviously something's going wrong in some of this breeding and creating these major health defects that these dogs are suffering with. And if it's because we want to create a certain look that appeals to us, maybe we should stop and think, okay, is this good for the dog? And there are other breeds that have some genetic issues bred into them, like the Great Dane or the Yorkie. And I'm just making this video to make people aware. A year ago, I had no idea about this, and maybe you didn't either. And if some of these breeds that really have extreme health issues, if the demand for them goes down because we realize, okay, we're creating unhealthy dogs, then maybe we could fix this problem. And I just want to leave you with, if you have any of these breeds, you know what? Just be the best pet parent you could possibly be. Just shower them with love and affection and give them the best quality of life you possibly can. And if you are considering getting any of these breeds, just really do your homework and consider the costs. The vet bills can be high. A lot of them are going to need extra care. Think about it, make a good informed decision. Is this not only going to be a good decision for me, but also for my pet?
Dog father out.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking around for this important topic. If you agree, drop a dog emoji or a comment below. And as always, in the description below, we'll have the links for all of Zion and Obi's favorites. So from Zion and myself, we want to wish you a perfect day.